Hey guys, I'm Bunny from BunnyCates.com, and this is my February reading wrap-up video. So yeah, I know it's the middle of March. I have no excuse. I'm a procrastinator. I've been memeing and filming this video for about 2 weeks. Can't help it. Me? Lazy. Yeah. So anyway, the premise of the wrap-up videos, if you've not watched anybody else's, is to briefly let you know what has been read recently and not really do a review, just kind of blow through real quick and say whether they liked the book or not. So this is the wrap-up for the books that I read during the month of February. I don't do a wrap-up video every month because sometimes I only read like 1 or 2 books and I don't feel like that's worth wasting your time. However, in the month of February, I believe I read 9 books, so I just want to kind of show you what I read, tell you a little bit about the books, and whether I liked them or not. So are you ready? And these are not in order. These are not in the order that I read them. I read Jokes Every Woman Should Know. This was sent to me by Quirk. It is going to be coming out March the 26th. It's basically just a joke book. It took me less than an hour to read it. I absolutely loved it. I was laying in bed reading it and laughing out loud. And I was laughing so much I ended up just getting back up because I was not going to sleep. So yeah, it's just jokes. It's funny. I think it would make an excellent gift for somebody. It's hardcover, which is cool, and it looks like Quirk's selling them for $9, so it's not expensive. I think they would make a great gift. One of my I'm pleased to see books by them authors is Seth Grahame-Smith. And when I was looking through Quirk's catalog, I saw that a few years back he had written a book called How to Survive a Horror Movie, which is basically what it says. It's a survival guide for what you should do if you think you're trapped in a horror movie. And it's hilarious. It basically addresses every horror movie trope that you can think of. And yeah, funny. I read it in like 2 hours. I read it in one setting. Brains or intestines. Ooh. So yeah, this was great. I loved it. I don't give a star rating, but it was pretty funny. So yeah, this was How to Survive a Horror Movie. It is by Seth Grahame-Smith. So pick that up if you like comedy and like you get tired of the horror movie tropes and all that. Like, why is she running upstairs when she should be running outside? Because that happens, you know. I read Freaks by Kieran Larwood. This was sent to me by Chicken House Books, which I believe is a branch of Scholastic. Could be wrong. Could be, but I'm thinking I'm right. I thought this was great. This is upper middle grade. It is, we'll say, clockwork historical fiction, if that makes sense. It has to do with London and the Great Expedition, and there's mystery. There's kids that are in a freak show, and there's big mystery because kids start disappearing. Good read. I definitely recommend it, especially if you've got those younger readers. I won't just say boy, but I'll say those younger readers that are in middle grade, probably ready to move on to YA, but not necessarily ready for the YA topics like romance and all that. This is good, like adventure, mystery, suspense. Ooh. Yeah, it was really good, and I love the cover. There's also artwork at the back of the book that the author drew themselves, which I think was cute. And there's even like, 3 pages worth of history that the author used to influence their writing. When authors write historical stuff, they have to do a little research, and so there's even some of that in the back, so it's a little bit educational. I definitely say pick it up if you have younger readers that maybe aren't into the YA yet. It's a great story. Touchstone sent me The Next Time You See Me by Holly Goodard Jones. This is adult fiction suspense. It's a murder mystery. Things go down. This book takes place in Kentucky, which was totally like, oh, I was loving it. Every time there was a town, I knew where it was. I would take a picture of the town's name in the book and put it on my Facebook. Totally jazzed to see Kentucky in a book. I know you guys don't care about that, but I loved it. This is a murder mystery. There are kids involved. Crazy. Good. It was very good. The town harlot is in it, and then there's kids and stuff, and you don't know, and I thought I knew, but I didn't. I was wrong, and then at the end, I was like, good stuff. This is good writing. Also, deckled edges. Doesn't hurt. Doesn't hurt that the copy is pretty, is all I'm saying. Doesn't hurt that it's pretty. right? That's, you know, you don't laugh because you know, I know you know. You're sitting there shaking your head and giggling, but you know. I also read from Quirk Books. This is Professor Gargoyle. The author's name is Charles Gilman. Those covers still freak me out. I thought this was an excellent little middle grade book. It's scary, but not too scary for middle grade readers, if that makes sense. I say it's like maybe comparable to Goosebumps, maybe more Goosebumps light though. And this series needs to be read in order. I read book 2 last night. You could read the books as a standalone, but you won't get the full story. Does that make sense? So you could read book 2 without reading book 1, but I think something will be lost as far as character connection if you do that. So I definitely say if you are going to buy these books for your little ones, start them out with Professor Gargoyle because it's the first book in the series and it was excellent. I read book 2 last night, really good. I can't wait to read book 3 because I'm liking how the story is progressing, and yeah, I thought it was really good. So there's that one. I read Froggy Style by J.A. Casimir. This book is actually out now. This is the work, like, this is not what the book looks like. Go look it up on Goodreads. This is hilarious. This author, love so much. Funny. It's a fairy tale retelling. Adult dirty jokes. Snarkiness throughout. I don't know what else to tell you. Pick these up. This is book 2. Book 1 is Curses, which I read last year. Hilarious. Hilarious. My review for this is already up. I think my review for this is already up. Go read the review. Buy the book. You know, this is a not well-known author, and I don't know why, because this series is hilarious. So, go get it. Oh, yeah. Don't get it if you're offended by cussing and dirty jokes, because if you don't like that kind of stuff, this is not for you. But if you're okay with it, if you're okay with just a little raunchy and funny as hell is all I'm saying. Funny. At the beginning of last month, I read Warm Bodies because it was the book club pick, and I put it off until the very last minute. Like, I literally read it the night before book club. This month we met for book club, and it was The Name of the Star. I don't know what's the matter with you guys. Like, everybody that showed up at the book club, they were all, no, this book was not good. Huh, loved it. Loved it. Well, not loved. That might be overstating. I enjoyed it very much. Let me put it that way. So, yeah, Jack the Ripper, ghost, paranormal, fighters, stuff, ghostbustery, murder mystery. I thought it was good. I don't know why everybody didn't like it. The last book I read last month was Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children. My review for this book is up. I freaking loved this. I'm so excited that he's writing another book in the series. I can't wait to read it. I don't know. I just thought the whole thing was very... It's very, like, intellectual, and it's emotionally charged. I don't know what to tell you. I loved it. I thought the pictures added a lot to the story and allowed your imagination to connect to the characters a whole lot more. And just the whole general idea of the story I thought was fantastic. So this is a definite, like, if you don't read anything in YA this year, I say read Miss Peregrine's. I'm sorry that it took me so long to read it. That's when it was over, I was like, oh, why didn't I read this sooner? I don't know why I connected to it so much. Maybe because it's kind of scary and there's not a lot of scary in YA. Maybe because, you know, the whole storyline with his grandfather having Alzheimer's and my grandmother has Alzheimer's, so I connected to it a little more. Do you know what I mean? I don't know. I just thought the whole thing was, it was so well done. I can't wait to read book 2 in the series. So... But yeah, that's everything I read in the month of February. Not starting off March with a bang. I think I've read 2 books so far this month. I read Grave Mercy and, I don't know what else I read. I've read something else. Oh, and last night I read The Slither Sisters, which is book 2 of the Lovecraft Middle School series. So maybe I've read 3 this month, but I don't know what the other one was. Grave Mercy was fantastic, but I'll talk about that in the next wrap-up video. So, yeah, that's it. That's everything I read in February. How about it? Did you do a February wrap-up? If you did, comment down below so I can go and watch it. And, yeah, thanks. See ya!